That was the first line of Padre Antonio Soler's Sonata in D major. This is an absolutely delightful piece. I cannot wait to share it with you. Soler was from the late Baroque to the early Classical period, Spanish composer. He's sometimes referred to as the Spanish Scarlatti because he has the same style, similar kind of writing. And he wrote this along with 150 other keyboard works. This is so much fun to play. And what I have in front of me here is an example of one of the incredible benefits of these charts, the Sally Christian Music Edition. It's a 4-page piece, and with the working copy where you will start with, most likely, is this, the 11 by 17, with the large notes here. And when you learn the piece well enough so you don't have to read every single note, what I recommend doing is to make a copy from your disc, your downloads, on 8.5 by 11 paper. And you can stack it, the first page and the second, the third and the fourth, and you can have the entire piece in front of you here without any page turns. And I'm actually going to be giving the lesson today from this version because it shows so clearly the symmetry of this piece. The A section and the B, and then the development section, and then more of the B. Now, starting the piece, what is this piece about? Well, it's D major, the key. That's a very bright key, open. I love the key of D major. I always see the color yellow, bright yellow with D major. Some people say that each key has its own corresponding color. That's a subject I love to talk about, but that's another day. For right now, let's talk about this piece, starting with the right hand in the key of D. The first measure is a D major, full chord with the octave, and then the A major, which is the fifth, and the D, which is the 1. And then the E, the second note of the scale. What's that doing there? The left hand. Same thing. And 5. So the left hand is actually going 1, 5, 1, 5. Going down. This skipping motive, it's just so happy. It's so joyful. Then he repeats it again. I put the last 3 measures on the same system 1. It starts with the upbeat. 1, 1, 1. It's like a spinning, spiraling loop. Because at the next system here, measure 12, starts our new material of repeated notes. Oh, that's so beautiful. Did you hear that left hand? Seconds, thirds, seconds, thirds, seconds. Now, I think this is one of the most fabulous things in the piece, how he makes the transition from the 8 measures of line 2 here to the 7 measures of the bottom of the first page. This is always just a little bit off. The right hand now begins an ascent of repeated notes and the left hand a descent. Let's take the left hand alone first in measure 20. That's the line. He's taking us out of D major to the dominant. E, which is setting up to our A major. But let's see how he gets there. There's A major, E, 5, with both hands together. doing those repeated notes. What I do is, I'll give you just a very quick explanation. I turn my hand into a top, like a gyroscope, and I spin like this, and then I also do this bye-bye long finger motion. So it's like a spinning top, and then I get the repetition. It works really well. The repetition of this line here, repeated notes, is going to, it's the template for page 3, which is really the pivotal moment of the entire piece. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But going on now to the page 2 and 4, how these line up. This is the skipping. This is jumping for joy. Look at this left hand. He's having so much fun. Now he's going to do some cartwheels. And so on. The second time, he does the same thing, but on the home key. The only difference is, the last time here it comes down. Up, up, down. That's on the page 4. On page 2, they all go up. See how nice that is? You can compare the two back to back. 9 measures long on that line, 9 here. 9, 9. And finally our wrap up at the end of page 2 here. We have a wonderful long, short, long motive in the left hand. Down an octave. 1, 2, 3, stop. There's that 3 again. It's offbeat. It's just, you know, it's not 4, 4, 4. That emergence of 3 and 7 here. And then 9, which I'm going to get to right now. Top of page 3. We ended on A major. And you can trill at these repeats here long. You can actually hold it like a fermata. Where are we going? A major. Minor. What minor? D minor. That's it. A minor, D minor. In the form of a third and a fourth. And look at how I phrase this. Beautiful, long 4 measures, and 2. Here we go. Oh, I just love this piece. All white keys, and these are all seconds. Clashing. A good way to practice that is to block them. Oh, it's beautiful. Listen to the dissonance. This is the 1700s. Repeat. Now, up to C. That's my last measure of the first system. Then we do a beautiful pattern of descent with A flat at the top and ascent. And the left hand, third, second, repeat it down a step, third, second, third, second. Now the brilliance of this chart is that on that last second resolution, we're dovetailing into the next system. So it's 2 measures, 2 more, and alone, a single. Now we get to the moment I've been waiting for. And this is where the 2 parts go in contrary motion for 9 measures. I want to show you the fabulous harmonic outline of this. Left hand alone. pairs, second to third. Big chord, another big, G minor, ending on A. The right hand, B natural, D, up to F sharp, A, B flat. So the outline is this. Top of page 3. That was all leading to that moment. Just a beautiful bit of composition. Really one non-stop repeated note motive in the right hand. If we take that, breaking it down into the pairs that it is, we have a major, those clashing seconds, and then D minor, inversion, repeat, way up to C. What I call the golden jump point, the moment in the piece where we have non-stop difficult passage work. And I'm going to break that up for you right now and show you, blocking the right hand, how I practice this. You hear the dissonance, nothing but seconds and a third. When I play this, I feel like I'm doing hopscotch. Together, the feet together, and split. That's the pattern he does. It's very cool. Split, split. Two, one. I always end on the 2-1. Inside the black keys. Now, F sharp. B flat. He could keep going, but he goes to the B flat. That's plenty. So name your notes. B natural for the first measure. C, D, E flat. Those 4. Now up to F sharp. Minor third. That's a big distance there. A third plus an octave. Abrupt, unexpected cadence to A, which is the dominant of D. With that. You can have fun with those embellishments as they did in the Baroque style of lengthening them and adding them. When I first charted this piece, I was soon to become a grandmother, and I was so thrilled and excited after my granddaughter was born. When I played the piece then, it was completely about announcing the thrill and the joy that she's here. She's here. How many ways can we show our excitement? And I took my walk in the trails of my property, and I told all the chipmunks and the squirrels and the birds and the rabbits, because I have all those little animals in my backyard, she's here! And this piece was what I said to them all. It was just the most exuberant, joyful piece to announce her presence in our lives. When you play this piece, I know you're going to have so much fun with it, and I encourage you to practice in your overview like this. And I'll leave you with one last thought. The joy is in the detail, and every one of these details that you put into your listening is going to add to your joy. Thank you.